Alright, welcome back in everybody. This is going to be Update 4's showcase video of all the new building things. I am going to go into some of the weapons and things like that later. We're going to swap over to the public resource world. It's now version 4.0. But first, let's show you some of the new that you're going to get. So these are two of the new roof tiles. This one is the ornamental. They both have nice spikes on them, spiky ridges, spiky rooftop. It's very cool looking. Has a nice embellishment at the bottom. Very neat. We have here moss. So it's a building tile that you can use under terrain. We have snow. Snow is awesome. It does debuff you and slow you down. We have ice. Ice can be placed, and there'll be a surprise a little bit later. I'll show you. This is the new road tile. It's a granite road tile. I'll show you these right here. So we have moss as a terrain, snow as a terrain, ice, the granite rubble road, and then actually granite. It still kind of looks like dirt / rock when you place it, so it's not really that big of a difference. The granite ornamental, and then the granite shingle roof. Then we have for blocks, you've got conifer wood, you've got granite block, polished granite block. In some part there's not that much difference, but I'll show you what it is. And then the obsidian, which has a very interesting look to it. So here is your boreal wood, your conifer wood. Makes really nice columns. There's what it looks like as a ceiling. Excellent ceiling as a wood floor. Then we have regular granite, which has a really nice tile look to the base of it. The underside is alright. I mean, I don't dislike it, but I really love the top side, the floor level. Then we have polished granite, which weirdly enough, so the wall looks better than the regular granite, but the floor, in my opinion, is way worse. This floor does work as a road. Not a perfect road, but it does look like a road. And then its ceiling is nice. Then we have the obsidian, which is spectacular. I mean, this stuff is ornate beyond belief. Such a cool look to it. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, so it's a lot of stuff. It's going to take this a minute. I'll put timestamps. So we got a big scaly boy. This is multiple pieces, 8 in total. You have this base here that you load the individual pieces on. Now, a cool thing about both of this statue and that framework there is what you can do with it. So let's say I want to do this, but I want pieces to make it look like it's just partially there. So you can see what happens. It gives this kind of ghosted, glowy effect to it. So I can see people using that in their builds to kind of give, I don't know, you could have different ghosted looks to it. It'll be really interesting to see what people come up with. They take off the head, and now you've got this ghost head just floating there. Like bury most of this in the ground and have just the ghost skull come out. Man, that would have been cool to have for the Halloween contest, wouldn't it? Then we've got this. This is the complete statue. And this is what you start with. Until you assemble all this, you need the pieces, which are right here. So it comes that you find these in Pikemead. The arm, the statue top, statue bottom. I guess they're not labeled. And then, of course, there's the fell dragon head. So what's cool with this is you can do the same thing. You could have just pieces. So you could have a slightly ruined structure on it, which has a really interesting look. Maybe you want to do just the top and look like the rest of it's been janked. So it will really help when someone's building ruins in their buildings. Did I grab them? Yeah, it's weird how it puts it back in your bag. Alright, heads. So, you're going to start with this bad boy up here. This is your, well, it won't let me stand on it. That's your regular Cyclops up there. Then you get to your Fell Cyclops. The Fell Cyclops has a laser beam out of his eyeball. But otherwise they're basically the same. And then you get your Fell Dragonling. And it is a pretty good sized dragon, but it's still a baby. But massive, absolutely massive. Now we don't get any extra comfort for them. It's still 1, 2, 3. Then we've got new crafting materials. So we've got an improved spinning wheel. I don't have all the things on it, but it allows you to make wool. Then we have an improved smelter. We got steel and you got silver, which I don't have on this. Then you have this thing. Now, unlike previous, you can actually place the smaller things, and I can see, like the Athenor, this one has a weird hitbox as well, that we can maybe turn this into a hidden staircase. I did leave the rain on because, as you can see, we have weather and it's shrouded now. So you have brand new steel axe and you have a steel pickaxe. I was going to put these out and display them, but you can't because as soon as you drop them, fireworks. So let's go ahead, now that we're in, and we'll show you what the fireworks do. I wonder if they work in the rain. That'll be an interesting thought bubble. Alright, here's green. Okay, so green's green little rocket. Oh, that one's kind of cool. This one, I believe, is just a fountain. Very cool. They're awful short-lived, but fun. And lastly, we've got blue. Oh, that was cool. Nice little flourish. All right. Now, something everybody's been wanting. All of us. What did I just do? Oh, man. You can tab target the dummies. That is something I didn't know. That's interesting. I did not know you could tab target the dummies. We now have all kinds of flourish to put in our town. All this stuff you get to craft. You have real target dummies, bow target dummies. This is a portcullis. It's massive, and no, it does not operate. It just sits there. So I guess you're going to have to either have one closed that you have some other door you get around, or have one partially open that you walk under for a gatehouse. Something of that nature. Let's go back down to the beginning here, and we'll start the next row. More flourish. We have some actual wagons you get to place now. Very cool indeed. I'd like to also see the prison version of this one. Couple of farming devices. We actually have a bigger box now besides the regular square one. And something that some of us will figure out how to make proper looking kegs out of. Put something that pops out of the end of this as a tap. Message board. Can't write on it, but it's a message board, so kind of cool. Then we have another cabinet. And then the new boreal wood stuff. Very nice, very intricate looking, kind of Norse looking. Nice indeed. A new door. Handsome. 3 new windows. Unfortunately, they are not light transmissive. So if I had a wall of these and the rest of it was black, it would still be dark inside the space. We have a couple chains. They are tiny chains, but I am not going to complain because we're finally getting some chains. We got these bad boys. This one is also a Twitch drop, but found in the world too. So you have both options. You can find it in the world, or you can find it as a Twitch drop, or have it as a Twitch drop. Pumpkins. So we get a pumpkin banner and 9 pumpkins to put out around your base. There are actual pumpkin patches in the new zone. So it'll allow you to get some really cool pumpkins. Let's go on to lighting. So all the lighting in this one, except for these fires, obviously, it's a very dim, warm glow. It's a really spectacular look to it. Not too far from what the flame is on candles, but just a very dim, soft glow, warm glow. You got snowballs, which is it's an actual light. Starting from here, these guys give you the frost resistance because there is frost when you get to a certain elevation in the mountains. These two do the same. They give you frost resist, but they are actually fireplaces, whereas these are braziers. These two are fireplaces. Now we'll get back into the boreal wood again, and some actual silver now. Now all we need is forks and spoons and some kind of like serving knife or something. And you get this real fancy table. I would have liked to see more of the granite stuff and not just the boreal, but you know, we got a lot. We got a hell of a lot in this thing. Chairs, including a throne. New dual bed, so we don't have to always use the palmwood dual bed, which I'm not a fan of. So that's very nice that we got some dual beds. Crafting wise, we have 3 sets of armor for each spec. So mage, you have 3 sets. Warrior 3 sets, and the ranger 3 sets. So this one's going to be the Pearl Frost. I'm not going to go into all the particulars about it. They're just the new level 33 gear. Hailcaster. And we have Thaumaturge, excuse me. So basically you've got wand, you have generic magic damage, and then you have staff. Then in your warrior we have brazen. This one here I know is two-hander because it's what I use. So this is your two-hander. And then you have the wolf set that everybody likes. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. The wolf set. Very nice indeed. And then we have your archer stuff. So we got Frostbite Slasher, Alpine Antler, and you've got Trailblazer. So these are the only new armor we have. Now we go on to cosmetics, and ooh, there's a lot. So this is the Twitch set, but you can also get the Twitch set in the game, and it's called Fluffy in the game. And you find it at a whole lot of different places. It's not a one only type of place. Then you have the Winterly set. Now these are given to you as quests by the survivors, by the townsfolk that you rescue. Hollow's Eve. We've got a Gravedigger, very handsome Gambeson-like chest. We've got a farmer here. Blacksmith. Nice padded cuirass. Hunter, this headband's a little weird but okay. We've got a maid garb. Then we have silly hats. I guess they're not all silly hats. Jester. Tricorn, headscarf, the trader hat, and minstrel. Now on to animals. First I'll show you the beds. So you have a cat bed and cat bowl, dog bed, dog bowl, goat bed, goat bowl, yak bed, yak bowl, and then these other 3 are your hop hare, your fey deer, and your chimkin. What's the chimkin one? Red tail. So there are 3 cats and 3 dogs. You can have all out at the same time, but you do have to provide them food. You have to provide all of your animals food. There are 2 different goats. There's a mountain goat and a regular goat. There's babies for all. Now, while this is from Public Resource World, while you can grab the babies, you have a very short period of time before you have to, quote, upgrade them to adults. So they won't stay babies. You can't just have babies, you know. So you got a hop hare with a hop hare baby, fey deer baby, flightless red tail, frizzy goat, and yak. And then the regular goat, of course. There are also, right over there, there are new plants. And unfortunately, they have not all grown. I have been just sitting online for hours and hours. The new stuff just takes forever to grow. You have gentian seedling, pumpkin seedling, the wolfbane, and the conifer tree. So the gentian is already grown. That's right here. Here is your pumpkin. There is your wolfsbane, so that's grown. The evergreen has not grown yet, but it will, and it gets decently sized. Now these two are not actually part of it. You can't put water in this water trough, and this isn't really hay for them to eat, but it goes along with the animals, so I did put it in the same line of that. It's just another one of the craftables. Alright, so now we have your more furniture display decoration type of thing. This is for the alchemist. Now what one could do with this is you could leave it partial and just have, a ripped, torn one. It doesn't do anything other than give you recipes. You could also leave one blank. And by having a blank one, I don't know, maybe you could create interesting partitions in your home with it or something, half walls kind of thing. These are the murals. These are tapestries, excuse me. They're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I love this tree one. So cool. Then you have the mosaic. Now the mosaic is the only one that can be floor or wall. None of these can be ceiling. I tried repeatedly to glitch it and I couldn't get any to go on the ceiling. These are the same thing. You could take pieces off of it and leave it like you have broken, like it's missing some of it and you haven't got it all done yet, as an effect for your base. What you could also do, and I already see people doing it, is use it as flooring. Now I have not gone as far as trying to see if it'll work without a subfloor, an actual floor beneath it. Maybe it will. You cannot put this as a ceiling specifically, meaning I can't just put it up in the air. It has to sit on a wall or a floor. So it leads me to believe you're going to have one tile, one single 1x1 block underneath it in order to get it to work. Now we'll show you this and then we'll hop over to PRW. So like I said with snow, you can see I have a frost slow debuff and it leaves tracks. Now if I go far enough away for a moment, the tracks will disappear and it'll be fresh snow again, which is pretty cool. Then you have ice, and ice is slippery and it's so much fun. It's just absolutely cool. Especially this. Here's your treat. The luge. So we get to make a quick way down using, it was this block here, number 8. Now, here's a trick for you. So you can't run up this. No matter how hard you try, jumping, you can't run up it. But here is a way to get up it. So you could have a secret space that you can only get up that way if you have access to the talent that gives you the blink, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's hop over to Public Resource World and we will finish the rest of the tour. We're going to start with the new food craftables, the Mobetta food. So you've got things like this just gorgeous pile of yum, 5 endurance, 5 stam, recharge, and then 4 dex. You got a spirit int, man, that's, as a caster, that's gorgeous. I love it. Herbal mountain tea. You've got Fey deer. You've got the frizzy goat. Here's your things. So this set of food gives you frost resistance also. So you got frost only, frost, but you have some constitution with it. And then again, so this is health regen, stam charge, and then here's your big daddy. 4 strength, 4 health regen, 4 constitution, and 3 frost resist. Very handsome indeed. Let me show you the different people. I can't show you on Public Resource World because on my test world because I haven't unlocked them. So, you now have this Q and E, if you see there in the middle. You have craftspeople, goes to assistants. Assistants are craftspeople. This is how you put crafters in a second base. So during this expansion, you can now have 2 fully functional bases with full crafting. So you've got this Rochelle, who's a blacksmith. You've got an alchemist, a carpenter, a farmer, and a hunter. And I have placed him. They disappear every once in a while. I think they have issues with pathing. If you see up there where it says roaming range, you hit R and you can change how far you want them to stand still. You want to give them a little bit of freedom, that kind of thing. Let's go here to the last section. And these are just townsfolk, just your villagers. Some of them will give you quests to go get their, like Hannah did, to go get the maid, yeah, I think it was the maid outfit. Robert's a hunter, so we went and got his gear. Then you got Kaori, Marianne, Gunther. There's your Gravedigger set. That's the Winterly set, although I don't remember if he gave me the quest for the Winterly or not. And then Ramon Jones. I don't think he had a set. But yeah, that's all your different crafters and standard villagers that allow you to do a more functioning, and there's someone right behind me. Oh, hi. And there he goes. They walk around now. If you got them set up, they're walking. Alright, now let's look at weapons. I'm also going to put the links down below to the latest PRW saves. So, cat and dog. If you pet either one, doesn't matter. It only works once. See, I just got a buff that says pause touch. N. There we go. So, pause touch. 25 health. Lasts for 30 minutes, 25 health. Alright, where to start? Let's go over here. So we got some new wands. There are almost none, and I'm a little salty about that. As a main wand person, I have moved on to two-hander, but still. You got a new Helix. Very happy about that one. Ritual Tempest. That is it for the 35 legendaries for the wands. And staff doesn't get much better. You've got the Hopeful Glimmer, Crystal Water, the Staff of the Taurus. I'm not going to pull all these out and show you all of the individual stats. You can upload the PRW and check out for yourself. Blackened Staff. I'm just showing you what we've got. Alright, so as far as 35, you have Ice Blade and Flesh Grinder. Those are just the updated to 35. Quite a few of these are updated to 35. Not all, though. We have a couple new ones. So you got Hair Splitter, Deep-Root Axe, Mace of Wrath, Frostwing, Celestial Axe, Lumen Shade, Light Forged, and Gore Striker. And then lastly, again, another updated Major Arcana, Aurora, Rune Master's Sword, Inflamed, Nova that you know of, Sword of Radiance got updated, Dark Morning Star, and I believe Fearsome Club was also updated. There is one new thing. It's called Incendiary Ball. It does a fire in a radius. I don't love it. I do use it. I don't love it compared to the Black Powder Ball. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Then shields. We've got 3 new shields. Brazen Bull, Mountain Shadow, and Wolf's Fang. Wolf's Fang is the one I have on mine. Two-handers, a little light but not terrible. Battering Ram, Greater Thunderblast, the Ignited, Rot Blood, Frost Smasher is just straight up blunt. Darkwood, and Champions is the one that has the leech, which is very nice if you're in a group. Bows are very thin. We only have 6 of them so far. Now, we are still finding legendaries almost every day, so I keep updating the PRW to add to it. We've got Devilish, we've got Composite, Avalanche, Forsaken, Ignited, and Shadow's Bane. Shadow's Bane's the one that has stam 5% of your damage goes to stam and to health, so it has leech on both. Right, let's look at arrows. So arrows, we've got obsidian, steel, and poison steel. I should have shown over here for charges now. Where did I put them here? Eternal Chain Lightning, Fireball 4, Ice Bolt 2. And lastly, we have daggers. Daggers decent, you've got all 8. Crystal Knives, Ice Coated, very nice looking daggers. Oathbreaker, Pride daggers. Then we got Sandstorm, Falk Fall, it's a mouthful. Night Nebula, pretty cool looking. And Shivering Skeins. There are some new loots and whatnot, which is weird that the loot itself is only green quality, but everything else is purple. So it's epic versus common, or uncommon, excuse me. So you got the exceptional loot, exceptional hand drum, exceptional harp, but only ornate loot. It seems like that was a oversight, but you know, maybe I'm wrong. Some new songs. There's not a whole lot, but a few new songs. And this is how you do the feed bowl. Just come over here, add food to it. If you have food in a magical chest, you can just add from anywhere on your base. And that'll about do it. Flame level goes to 8 now. So unfortunately the upgrade itself didn't change, but the flame level goes to 8. So you can have up to 10 altars. It's nice because this space over here is quite large. There's a bugged quest there, and I have not defeated the dragon yet. He's a bit of a pain. But it's quite big. I was very close in my estimate that we were coming in through here. We came in through here. So, it was close. And I was right on about where it was going to be. But it's way bigger than it looks. I'm tell you right now. This mountain area is way bigger than it looks. Let's go here. I'll show you what the dragon looks like real quick. Spoiler alert, I'm going to show you what the dragon looks like. Let's go take a look at the dragon. I'm not going to go over and fight him, but I'll let you see him. There's your frost. So at flame level 8, you do not have an issue with frost within your flame altars. But as soon as I pop out of here, you've got the frost. So you do have a timer on the frost. You can negate that with your gear. You see it says frost resist on my gear. You can also negate it with rings, which I don't have on me. There's a frost ring that gets you +2 each for another 4. And then the food that I showed you in the bin, you can negate it that way as well. I shouldn't say negate it. You can add to your timer. The highest is 31 minutes and 54 seconds, which is more than enough to kill him. You'll be, as long as you get the strat down, it's about a 8 to 10 minute fight. If you want to cheese it, it's about a 16-minute fight. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one.